10 benefits of why you should move out of your parents' house. I moved out of my parents' house 1 year ago, which is pretty insane. Time moves by pretty fast. And it's been like a year and a couple months since I graduated college from engineering school, which is pretty insane. If you think about it, I mean, when you're working a 9 to 5 and doing your business, I mean, you don't get to see the time fly by. I mean, yeah, you hang out with your friends, you take a little vacations here and there, but at the same time, just gotta appreciate the moments. So yeah, I kind of give you 10 benefits of why you should move out of your parents' house from my personal experience, right? I'm not taking this from another person here. This is purely based off of my experience. First benefit of moving out of your parents' house is you get more independence, right? Let's just start things off there. You're not in the same room as your parents. You're living by yourself, right? Unless you have roommates, but even then, if you have roommates, you still get more independence. The benefits of getting more independence is that you get to do whatever the fuck you want, right? I mean, you're an adult now. No one's telling you what to do. And yeah, that's just the first benefit that I've experienced, and I truly love it so far. And a subcategory of being independent is actually getting your own privacy, right? Like I said before, no one's telling you what to do. Like, no one's entering your room unplanned, right? No one's really bugging you, taking out the trash, right? And, those chores your mom tells you to take out the trash, your dad tells you to do this. There's no more of that, right? So that's pretty good in itself, which is why I moved out of my parents' house, just those two main things there. Going into that third thing too, just because you get to do whatever the fuck you want doesn't mean you have to not be responsible, right? So a third thing is learning how to be responsible, right? Yes, no one's gonna tell you to take out the trash, but who else is gonna do it? Yourself, right? So that's the third thing. You learn about responsibility. You learn about the consequences of being independent is that no one's gonna do shit for you. So you have to do it yourself, which is kind of a good thing in the end, which leads to the next thing, which is personal growth, right? Whether you're starting a business, starting your own career, for me, it's getting an engineering job at a Fortune 500 company, which I am really grateful about. Moved down here from California to Texas just to find my own type of independence, which is halfway across the country. Growing my career and getting these raises, getting these promotions, and getting new roles eventually. Career growth in general. This will motivate you just to be a better individual, gain more skill sets in the end, and yeah, I mean, there's no other better benefit than, that. And the cause of this was just moving out of your comfort zone, which is for me, moving out of state and moving out of my parents' house. Next is another subcategory of being independent is learning how to better manage your time well, right? You will have a routine. If you don't have a routine, you will have a set routine, whether you have a job or have a business. You have that set routine, and overall just sticking to that routine so that you could grow personally and career-wise, right? Not only that, I mean, having that set routine is good, but at the same time, you also get the freedom with your time, so you don't have to get a set routine. Freedom to wake up as early as you want, as late as you want, sleep in or not. You get the freedom of doing that. No one's gonna tell you what to do, right? So that's the main also benefit of personal growth and freedom with your time, is that you could do whatever you want, but you have to do it responsibly, in my opinion. Next, I've noticed this too, your parents actually treat you more like an adult once you move out. I've noticed a slight difference, not really. I mean, my mom still bugs me, but I did see a slight difference, right? Your parents start to treat you more like an adult. Yeah, they talk to you as a child, but they talk to you as if you have your own responsibilities, less daily conflicts, less nagging. That's the thing I wanted to say, right? Less nagging from your parents. They treat you more like an adult. Seventh thing, it builds a lot of confidence, right? You're living by yourself, right? You're living independently, and all those factors, right? Building a routine, sticking to that routine, having the freedom with your time, and overall just succeeding in, not living paycheck to paycheck builds confidence. You could survive on your own, right? Without your parents, without anyone, which is pretty good, right? I mean, building confidence is key to, other aspects in life, whether it be sales, it just proves that, you could survive outside of your comfort zone, outside of your parents telling you what to do, right? Outside of, your parents paying for, your own foods, your own space. it builds that confidence overall, which also ties into that personal growth in the end. I personally moved to a new city. When you move out, I kind of took the extreme of moving out of state, right? Like to a new area where I didn't have any friends, right? So it just really just forces you to create a better social life, right? Inviting, people to, hang out, or just asking if, you could hang out with them, right? Just overall building that social aspect in things and being able to talk better with your friends, right? I think that's just the main thing too. You're forced to build a social platform. You're forced to interact with people, right? Oh, that's kind of scary, right? Wow. To this day, right? Like I am probably never gonna change for the rest of my life, but I am an introvert. I prefer to be alone. But at the same time, right? Like how are you gonna build yourself personally and in business and in career if you're just gonna not have a social life, right? So I think it's just that type of mindset in terms of just forcing yourself to go out and make friends, make you be a better person essentially, right? Another thing, right? Since your parents aren't gonna take care of you, number 10 is the final thing too, motivation to work harder, right? When you're with your parents' house, right? I mean, you're living comfortably, really without a sense of urgency, right? Like you don't have to worry about renting. Your parents are probably paying rent for you, if not just a little bit. You start to buy food, right? Like buy food for yourself to survive. So it just opens your eyes and motivates you to work even harder and harder, which in the end ties back to personal development and personal growth, right? It forces you to work harder since you don't have anyone else to lean your back on, which builds you up as a person. Your parents respect you more. Your friends back home respect you more. And that's just benefits all around, right? Now, there are downsides to moving out of your parents' house. It's not all benefits, right? Like, I guess it evens out. So I'll make another video talking about the downsides of moving out of your parents' house. But also, bonus tip number 11 too, right? You get to bring chicks over, bro. You can bring chicks over without the worry of your parents finding out, right? You could bring chicks anytime, anywhere, right? Since you're living by yourself. So that's a pretty nice benefit there too. So I would recommend, if you're out of college, and you have a stable income and you have 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses saved up, just move out, man. I mean, you have that kind of security right now. I would recommend just moving out. You'll be motivated to make more money. You'll be motivated to grow yourself personally, socially. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty nice. I guess that's the best thing you could do if you're in that situation. If you're still living paycheck to paycheck, even if you're living with your parents' house, I would say just, look within yourself and find a better job, look for another role, start a business, focus on that first. And then once you have that 3 to 6 months worth of expenses, then move out of your parents' house. But as soon as possible, if you can, I would recommend, even with the downsides of moving out, still move out of your parents' house, move to another city, move to another area, right? Move to another state, right? Country even, I don't know, man. It's all up to you, but just for me personally, I found many more benefits of moving out of my parents' house than the downsides for sure. So I'll make another topic too, explaining the downsides of moving out of your parents' house, because there are downsides, like, I'll list them later on. But thank you guys for listening. And if you find this content informative and impactful for you, comment down below, and also leave a link. You could schedule a call with me, a 15-minute call, just to talk about, if you need advice on your career or anything like that, or any advice on what to do after college, or what to do, how to prep for any other things when it comes to my knowledge in terms of engineering, personal development, and career growth. So yeah, leave that link below, and take care, guys, and have a great day. Peace.